Hey, what's up guys, it's Breezy Gaming here. This video I'm going to talk about what to buy on first and second round. Mainly the first 2 or 3 rounds, depending on the situation. We're gonna start by terrorist side first, okay? Normally as a terrorist you normally start with $800. So depending on how you play, and also what your play style and what your role is in game. So you're a terrorist, and your goal is to, of course, try to get a bomb plant, right? Regardless if you win the round or not, your main goal is really try to win, to plant that bomb. I mean, so there's a few things that you can buy, depending on what your role is. Like I said, if you do have some teammates that's buying up armor, you can actually there's two things you can do. You can actually buy two P250s and buy yourself a flashbang. That's $800. So the only reason why you would buy P250s for your allies is because, if assuming they have armor and they're really good fraggers, give them the P250. It's equal to a USP in a long range because it can one tap people, and also most likely people on CT side will buy armor first round. It makes absolutely no sense for CTs not to buy armor. It's because the Glock is a weak weapon if you don't hit the head, of course. And also, when you play a USP or P2K, you want to play as far as possible from the T's because the Glock is inaccurate from long range. The USP is not. It is super accurate. The P2K as well, extremely accurate on the first shot. Accuracy will one tap you from across the map. So that's why you would try to pair them up with P250s. If you're not able to tap their head, at least if you get some body shots with the armor penetration power of 77.5, it's much better than 47. So, and also you can see here it has better damage overall, better. So that's why I would encourage you to do this kind of setup. Either you buy two P250s, give to your teammates, and buy yourself a flash. By playing a flash, you can actually play a very good position as a trade fragger or as a support. You'll probably do both at the same time. Assuming you want to take long control, let's say you're taking long control, you can actually, throw a flash maybe from here, from this side. You can throw your flash here, and then your teammate rushes as soon as that pops, and you'll come second. So even if he does not get the kill, then you're helping him frag out. So that's why you can give P250s to your teammates and buy one flash. $800 but well bought. Or you can actually be the armored guy. You could spend 650, don't need to buy anything else. You don't really need decoys or anything, and ask for a teammate to buy you a P250, not a Tech 9. I'll tell you why after. So there's two ways of buying it your first round. Either buy armor or buy flash two P250s. You can buy smoke too, but let someone else buy a smoke because your eco is gone, and that person that buys a smoke can also buy like another flash as well, or even a Molotov to clear off angles and stuff like that. But it's more when you're really organized. But if you're in the pug and you're like, you know what, I trust you guys, I'll buy you guys some P250s, they'll be grateful, they'll be really happy about it, and they'll be thankful. Even if you guys lose a round, he can trust on you for other rounds. Now, assuming that you won the round, either by plant or by fragging out on the second round, as a terrorist, I would only advocate you guys to buy some light SMGs. What I mean by light SMGs, do not buy P90 or MP7. You can have someone playing MP7 if the guy is going to be your fragger. A fragger is someone that will get the kills, will pick up the kills, and the guy that will actually bait out teammates, not in a negative way, but in a positive way as a trade frag to actually get the kills and secure the round with some good kills and some good point accuracy. So why I would advocate you guys to buy some SMG is because you can build a bank doing that. So by building a bank and buying these kind of guns, you see that the kill award is 200%. If you buy a P90, that's only default, so you're only winning 100% of the money. That's no bueno. You want to build a bank. If you win this round or you get some kills, you can actually still force buy, or depending what you do. But the first few rounds, the meta is to force buy on the other side. Let's say you win and you're buying SMG, and you don't need to buy too many accessories on the second round. You might just buy one flash and one smoke, that's it. Don't go all out on nades, because the other team normally will play anti-eco round or anti-buy round. I mean, they'll buy like 5.7s and full armor against you. So you don't need to buy too much because they'll likely play cheeky spots, they'll likely do a Nate stack on second round. They likely do something cheeky about it, and you don't want to blow too much money. Just build, play the fact that you have a SMG that can spray around with it, have good mobility while spraying around. These guns can actually run and spray fairly easily, and you're just running gun. See, it's fairly easy running gun. So use these items. I would not advocate you buy an AK. What happens is that, like I said, on the second round, they'll likely force buy. Imagine you buy an AK and then you die and you drop that AK for an enemy that has a full armor. He will be able to clutch around if it's given to the hands of the right person. So let's recap. First round, either buy just an armor and beat a fragger and ask someone else to drop your P250, or buy 2 P250s for your teammates and buy yourself a flash. That's $800 in total. On the second round, if you win, buy a light SMG with probably just one flash and one smoke. Now let's say that you lost the first round. Oh no, you lost the first round and you didn't even plan. Force up with a full armor and get either a P250 and a flash, or if you have a little bit more money, you can buy a smoke. The only reason why you do that, because on second round for sure they're going to buy armor, but likely on the other side the CT might not buy head armor, because normally CTs don't really buy head armor because AK is a one tap anyway, and they're fairly assuming that you won't buy SMGs, so you won't get that random dig in the head, so they won't buy head armor. But they have body armor, so you need a gun that's actually pierce through the armor. So buying a P250 makes a lot of sense, and buying full armor makes a lot of sense because they won't spray you down. So buying a P250 will be great for you, and if someone has a smoke, you can actually win over a bomb site and smoke over. So the only reason why you force buy again, it's because you have a big chance. Like, even when you win the first round, the second round is never guaranteed. Like, people think like, oh man, they're gonna save. The new meta does not encourage you to save. It encourages you to force buy the first few rounds until you reach like 4 or 5 rounds. Then you start building your eco and playing safe. So, like I said, you win, buy SMG and a flash and a smoke. You lose, full armor and a P250 or Tech 9 if you're comfortable with it, and have a teammate get a smoke for you. Your whole team does not need to buy P250. A teammate can easily just keep a Glock and not buy armor, but buy like a full stack of like 2 flash, 1 smoke, and 1 molly, so he can actually support you. All right, that's for terrorist side, okay? Now let's assume that you're on the CT side now, which is taking forever to start the game. I wonder why. Really? Okay, so MP to start game.
Let's go, Snipper.
Oh, come on. There you go. So on the CT side, what I would advise you to do on first round, like I said earlier, just buy Kevlar. Have 4 teammates or 3 teammates buy Kevlars, and that 1 last or 2 last teammate can buy a let's say a diffuse kit and a flash. That's $600. He still has $200 to operate with the next round, or to buy another flash. What will happen is, let's say you're playing 2 in bomb site B. Normally you probably do that, 2 bomb site B. Have someone playing either iron box here, and have someone playing door. That is super strong. Let's say this guy in iron box has an armor with the USP, and this person only has a diffuse kit and a USP. What you can do is actually easily, when you hear people coming or he calls people coming, you can just throw a flash like that, force them to pop back, and you both can double peek at the same time. So you have your door as a leverage and also as a coverage for you. So even if you don't have armor, you can actually try to get some 1 taps on the corner, while he can take most of the hits since he has to be exposed a little bit more. All right, so that's why I would buy armor first round. If you're the fragger or you're pair with someone, I would advise you to have 1 kit on both sides. So let's say your bomb site A has a kit, bomb site B has a kit, or has someone playing middle have the kit. It's up to you, but have someone get a kit, because you can easily re-win that round. Okay, so assuming that you won the first round, full armor up, with full, it's either if you want full armor up or Kevlar. You don't really have to full armor because the other team will not Mac 10, but if they plan it and they lost, they might Mac 10 you, so then you buy head armor, okay? So you only buy head armor when you know they might have SMGs. If they have pistols, you can slide off with it, assuming that they don't have good aim. And again, buy a very light SMG, and buy yourself, if you have enough money, buy yourself a flame grenade. Very useful on the second round, because the second round is more of a kamikaze round, or even the second or third round might be a kamikaze round for the terrorists. If you're playing like a spot, if you're playing a really strong spot like elevator here, and you have someone middle calling that they're coming cat, easy pop a incendiary grenade like that, and it will cause them to stall, cause your team to rotate, and then you'll be all over cat and they can't do anything about it, okay? So that's assuming that you want. Just make sure that you buy this, and same thing, only have 2 people buying kits, 1A 1B. Don't overbuy kits on second round. It's not necessary, even though later on you don't need to overbuy kits too. All right, if you lost, buy a 5.7 or a P250 to your liking and buy yourself a full armor. You might not need a kit in this round, but your whole team needs to have full armor and a 5.7 or a P250. You will need full armor on this round, because Mac 10, UMPs, PP Bisons are very sprayable, and you do not want to get dinked from out of nowhere, okay? So forcing a 5.7 makes a lot of sense with armor, because 5.7, if you see the characteristics of 5.7, has 91 armor penetration with a very high fire rate and a very high damage ratio. So you can actually easily mow down people as they come. Let's say you're holding a spot like cat here. If you're holding a spot like cat like that, you can actually easily get some shots and actually go back and get some shots. It hurts a whole lot, and it's spammable with 120 ammo in total. It's very easy to spam this weapon and to hold corners. So that's why second round force buys makes a lot of sense on both sides, because the second round is never decided. So I hope that this video helps you in a way to decide what to buy. And again, on CT, on second round, don't buy M4, don't buy a knob, don't buy FAMAS. It's not needed, okay? So again, you win first round, second round, buy SMGs with armor, partial armor or full armor. If you lose first round, force up, get some P250s or some Tech 9s or some 5.7s, couple with a few flashes if you want a smoke. If you're on terror side, definitely get a smoke for post-plant situations. And that is it for today. If you have any questions or anything, please leave a comment. I will answer your questions. I've been realizing that I'm closing into 60 subscribers. My goal was to get 20 subscribers before New Year's, and I'm at 58 or 57 right now, and I'm thankful. Leave your messages. I will be more than glad to help anyone with any questions regarding this video or any next videos to come. One of my next videos to come is on the 31st of December. I will be doing a very massive case opening video, so be ready for that. It's going to be for my New Year's case opening and a little word to that, okay? Take care, guys. Peace out.